Hey guys, it's Bonsai Overland here, and today's video is mainly just going to be a vlog, but mainly going to be a walk around of my truck over here. And I'm super excited to make this video because I haven't really done a walk around of my truck because everything is dialed now, so I think it's an appropriate time to make this video. But I'm sorry for the content that hasn't been out really, because whenever it goes winter time, school time, I go back to school, so I don't have much time to go wheeling, go on trips, so I can record and make these videos for you. Terrence and Brandon as well, because when I go to school, they're busy at work. So let's just dive into this video and walk around my truck, yeah? Okay, so how this video is gonna work is I'm just gonna go over different parts of my truck, like the suspension, the armor, and then all the gear that I carry and I camp with. So let's start off with the suspension. So, well, to start, this is my truck. It's a 2014 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport, so I do not have the factory locker. But to start here, I am running a Toy Tech kit with the Bilstein 5100s, and it gives me about 2.5 inches of lift. And not many people do this, but I also have, as you can see, that little tuck right there. That's a 1-inch body lift to help tire clearance as well. But as you can see, Toy Tech, and I'm running SPC upper control arms, and I think these ones are the best because it helps with the maximum alignment of your caster angle, and that allows so I don't rub in the back anymore, which as you can see here, I did do a cab mount chop from Toy Crawlers, and this is a pretty good cab mount chop because they rounded off the edge here so I don't rub as much. But for the tires I am running the Toyo Open Country MTs in a size 285 75 17, which is about a 34-inch tire, which in my opinion is the perfect size tire if you're not going to re-gear. I mean, it's a little sluggish, but it's not going to be anything like a 35. The wheels I'm running here are a Pro Comp Series wheel with the fake beadlocks, which I'm not so happy about, but this is my first set of wheels, so I just got to work with what I got. Along with that, I do have a 1.25 inch spacer in there, which allows for the tires to poke out just enough, not too much, but just so it gives it a good stance. So that is the front of the suspension, and then let's go to the back. In the back, I am running again the Bilstein 5100 shocks with the Deaver Stage 2 leaf pack, and this leaf pack is rated for 400 to 600 pounds, and with my setup right here, which I will go over all the gear and the armor in a bit, but with all the setup I have in here, the Deaver Stage 2s are perfect. They ride not too harsh and not too soft, so they're great. Along with that, as you can see, this little bump stop right here is a Sumo spring, which these are made really for like an airbag system, but I just bought them as a bump stop because they are super squishy, as you can tell, and it dampens when you bottom out really well. So I think that's pretty much all for my suspension. If you guys want to see the bottom, excuse the rust, but I'll touch it up later. As you can see, it is the Bilstein 5100s, which is a great shock. I mean, eventually I will change to icons or foxes, but that's later down the road when I do have a good amount of money. But the next section we'll talk about is the armor. So here we go. So for the rear, I am running a Fab Fours premium rear bumper, which is steel, and it also has a tire carrier, which it is separate from the purchase because you have to buy these bolts right here for the tires to bolt onto, and I do have a full-size spare. And funny story, I didn't have a spare at first. This was one of my set of fours, but a week within driving I did puncture the tire right here and they could not patch it, so I just had to plug it up. So I run this as a spare and it's still pretty good. But I guess I'll just talk about this real quick. This is a Trasharoo spare tire trash bag, which I have not used yet because I got during school, but I'm super excited to use this summer. And as we walk up the car, I guess this can be part of armor to protect my body, but these right here are Bushwhacker fender flares, and it is fading a little compared to the front, as you can see, but these just help protect the paint on my car from rock slinging up. But again, the spacers, it'll fling up anyway, but that's okay. And for my sliders, I am running white knuckle off-road sliders, and these are a pretty beefy slider. They are bolt-on, so it was a pretty easy installation, and I did get a top stepping plate with a diamond plate pattern, and as you can see, it does kick out, so I'm able to step up here to access all my gear up there, which I will go over later. Along with that, Bushwhacker fender flares in the front as well. In the front, I am running a CBI Moab 2.0 front bumper, and the 2.0 stands for second gen Tacoma, as you can see. But the nice thing about this is I did get it in aluminum because I just wanted to save the weight with these big beefy tires and all of the gear I am running. I just wanted to save the weight and not mess up my MPG that badly because I am not re-geared. As you can see, I am not running a winch currently, but maybe later down in the road I will. And then I will go over the next section with lights, but pretty much that is all of the armor that I have. As well, there isn't much protection down here. I don't have underbody skids, but maybe later down the road I will get them. But other than that, I'm protected on the side, the front, and the rear. I do not have a high clearance rear bumper, but like I said, later down the road, when money is no object, I will get one. But from here, that's all the armor I have. So next we'll talk about lights. Okay, so for the fog lights, I am running the Baja Designs SAE fog lights. These SAE just mean that they are street legal, and I don't really want to run into any law issues, so I just got the SAE versions. This light bar right here is just like a cheap light bar from Amazon. I don't really know the brand, but it's enough. And these headlights are a retrofit headlight with the stock housing, as you can see, and they are from Pro Tuning Lab, and these are an HID kit, which I can show you under the hood what the HID requires. And I also have amber LED Raptor lights on this TRD Pro grill, which in my opinion, you don't see many TRD Pro grills on second gens. It is a lot on the newer third gen models. And up here as my ditch light brackets, I do have rigid spots, and they do have the amber color. And I just like the amber because it does go through fog, snow, and rain a lot better than white light. So that's why I get amber. And I can also, I was thinking about buying the Baja Rock Light kit that goes on this up top roof rack to be able to illuminate camp light when I'm camping. But other than that, I also have aftermarket tail lights again from Amazon, but these have been nothing but good to me. You just have an LED ring, and then you have all LED brake lights and signal lights. I like these because they were smoked out and ties everything together with my black and white contrast. Oh, also, inside of the cabin here, I did upgrade the lights to LED, and these are from Tacoma Beast, and these work really well, and they shine the inside of my car a lot better than those halogen bulbs. But as you can see, I do have a small sticker collection in the side of the well, but that is all for my lights. I don't have too much, but I told you it's just enough. So the last topic we're gonna talk about is my gear, which that is the exciting part. I do have not too much gear, but something to talk about. The gear I'm running, I'm just gonna work my way outside the car, and then all the gear I'm running inside. So we haven't talked about this yet. These locks are just dangling here because I took them off this Roam Adventure box. But I have the up top Overland roof rack. This is the alpha version, and I did opt to get the inner plate color matched with my truck, and I think it looks perfect. And it also has these nice grab handles, which are very useful when stepping on my rock slider and getting my gear. But I'll open that later. But to start off, I do have Max Trax recovery boards, and these have been used. Let's see, you can see here I kind of burnt. This wasn't me. I did help somebody in Lone Rock. He was stuck very bad and didn't have any sort of recovery gear, so we helped him. And I do have this Smitty built Overlander tent. This is not the XL, this is the regular one, whatever that one's called, but it is mounted up on this RCI bed rack, which this bed rack is super bulletproof. I love this. And this tent, it's the cheapest tent on the market, but I love it. I'm not too picky about setup time and all that, so I mean, I'll show you what's inside the tent. I do have a mattress topper that's about this thick on top of the actual mattress, so that's super comfortable, and I'm super excited to sleep in it this summer. But that is mostly the only gear I carry on the bed. Other than that, this summer I will probably get Quick Fist to mount an axe and a shovel. But to get on top of this roof rack. Oh, forgot about this. As well, I do have this Rome Adventure Co. awning. And this awning is the 5-foot awning, which fits perfectly across the cab of my Tacoma. But to get on, I will open this box. Off topic, but this is my younger brother's 4Runner. It's an SR5, and I got him this Westcott Designs ladder, which looks really good and it's super sturdy. But we are going to get a up top Overland Bravo on this as well, and then all the suspension we will do later on. I also did change his fogs to amber. These were my old fog lights right before I got my those were my old fog lights right before I got the Bajas, but I'm just grabbing a step stool to get onto the Rome box so I can show you all the gear. But here you go. This is a waterproof Rome box. It's pretty pricey, but the best part of this Rome box here is the gas struts that support it right there. But I don't have much in here. I do have a tarp. I have a first aid. This, just in case, has gloves, has emergency cones, and jumper cables. And then I do have just the essential recovery gear. This is, I mean, I'll pull this out and I'll show you what everything has, but this has my snatch strap and extra D-rings. I do have an ARB quick deflator, and then under there from Amazon, you can get that kit off Amazon for pretty cheap and it works super well, is a tire plug kit. I'll pull that out and I'll show you guys. As well, I do have my hammock in there, my Eno hammock, but I'll pull that out in the summertime and I use it a lot. But that is what's in my Rome box. And then we can make our way inside the truck to see what I carry in there. Okay, so for all the gear that I carry inside of the truck, let's just start with, I have this little box here which holds all of the drill bits that I need, just in case I do need to drill. But I don't carry passengers very often. It's not always like this. It's always down, but I don't carry passengers very often. So I just keep these in the back seat. And I also have this Vyar air compressor, so I can air up my tires when we're done with the trail. And let's just start in the back here. I do carry power tools, my drill, and my impact. And then down here, I do have, so I have ratchet straps just in case I need to tie some stuff down. I have this portable battery jump starter and portable charger. And then these are just my stakes for the awning. So the awning's on this side, so it's just easy access right here. And then we'll go to the other side. Down here I have just an emergency umbrella, camo, a snow scraper. I have my breaker bar, and then my lug nut for my lugs, because my lugs are not factory and they're specified for that specific lug nut. I also have the jack in here, which I just keep in here. It's not gonna work for a lifted truck generally because I need a high lift, but it's just good to have in there just in case someone else needs it. And then finally back here, I do have a toolbox which has, I can make a separate video on what's in all these toolboxes, but I have a little tool bag, some gloves. This is a tool roll up with all of my my wrenches. And then this is a socket set. This side I use a lot more just because that's where all the tools are. The power tools I only use whenever I need to, but this is my favorite side. And then I also have a little bit of a sticker collection. As you can see, I don't like, there's a plane flying over. I generally don't like stickers being on the outside of the car, so that's why I put them in the wheel well and in the storage. The only sticker I really have is this big decal sticker right here, which I like because it has all the mountains, and I mean, it's a truck made to go into the mountains, so it just fits. But I also got my second set of Goat Armor magnetic panels in this box right here, so I'll post a picture whenever I get this installed on my next trip. But other than that, that's all the gear I have in my rig. So if you're watching to this point in the video, I just want to thank you for watching. And for me, that video was fun to make, just to update you guys on my build and all my gear. And I don't have all of the best gear. I don't have the most fully built truck, but this is just a hobby, so I love this hobby, and this is how I built mine. So if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and follow Bonsai Overland.